Good morning, one and all. Today's topic is about virtual functions. But before discussing about virtual function, we have to discuss about a polymorphism. Polymorphism means having many forms. Polymorphism means having many forms. Having many forms. So this polymorphism can be classified into two types: compile time polymorphism or runtime polymorphism. This compile time polymorphism is also called as static binding or early binding. This runtime polymorphism also called as dynamic binding or late binding. So this compile time polymorphism, in compile time polymorphism, the memory will be allocated at compile time. At the time of compilation, the memory will be allocated for all the data members. So, in runtime polymorphism, the memory will be allocated at runtime. The examples for the compile time polymorphism is nothing but function overloading and operator overloading. In function overloading and operating overloading, we will discuss later. And the runtime polymorphism example is virtual function. The runtime polymorphism example is the virtual function. So what is virtual function? The virtual function, it is a member function. The virtual function is also a member function which is declared in base class, and redefined by the derived classes, which is declared in the base class and redefined in the derived classes. So you have to use these virtual functions with the reference to a derived class object using a pointer or reference of a base class. So we will discuss this point with one example. So this is the example program for the virtual function. In this program, we use one class. The class name is base. This is a base class. In base class, we are using two functions. First one is print function. This is one print function. Before print function, we are using the virtual keyword. The virtual keyword using before the print function. And you have to use one more function. That function name is show function. These two functions are defined in base class base. Next, you have to create one more class. In this class, the derived is a derived class. This class is inherited by using base class. The base class. So in derived class also you have to use the same functions, print function and show function. So we have to accessing. Now you have to accessing all the derived class references with the base class pointer. See this point now. When you refer to a derived class object, using a pointer or reference to a base class. So in this example, base is a base class. You have to create one pointer variable to the base class. This is a pointer. You have to create one pointer to the base class. Next, this is derived class object. This is derived class object. We are creating one object for the derived class. So the base class pointer is assigned with the reference of the derived class. Here it is a reference to the derived class, object. Here the base pointer is assigned to the reference to the derived class. Next, you have to access all the functions which are used in the base class as well as derived class with the base pointer. You have to access all the base class and derived class functions with the base pointer. First, you have to remember some points about virtual functions, some rules to use the virtual functions. The first rule is nothing but the virtual functions cannot be static. Static means predefined, but these virtual functions are dynamic. At runtime, we have to allocate memory for the members. That's why it is not a static. Second point, the virtual functions cannot be friend function of another class. So, the virtual function cannot be a friend function of another class. The third point goes to the prototype should be same in base class and derived classes. So, already see this example. The prototype is nothing but the function name, the function type, the function name and parameters list. This is nothing but the prototype of the function. The prototype of the function should be same in base class. This is a base class function. Void show, void print are the base class. Same that void show and void print we are using derived classes also. So this point shows the prototype should be same in base class and derived classes. Next, the virtual function should be accessed using pointer or reference of base class. Already we have to explain here. The virtual function should be accessed using pointer or reference of a base class. In this program, you already seen. This is a base class pointer. This base class pointer is assigned with the derived class references. With the base pointer, you have to accessing all the functions which are used in the base class as well as derived classes. And the last point, the virtual functions cannot have constructors but having some destructors. So, in this case, when we are using the virtual keyword before the function name, this function should be executed in base class as well as it should be overridden in derived classes also. So, the output for this program is nothing but while executing this program, the base print, whenever the base pointer pointing to the print function, it should be executing in base class. But in base class, we are using the virtual keyword. It should be executed in base class. That function should overridden in derived classes also. So, in this case, it will print derived class. For this print function, it will be printing print derived class. After that, base pointer pointing to the show function, it should be executed in base class. But here, no virtual keyword before the function name. That's why the output for this statement is only show base class. In previous print function, this function executing and the function should be overridden in derived classes also. But in this case, there is no virtual keyword before the show function. That's why only this base class function only executing. The output for this program is print derived class. The output print derived class, print derived class and show base class. Okay, thank you.